This is Scott with iSpy Supply. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Soroka 11 micro voice recorder. First thing that you'll need to do is insert the battery. Go ahead and remove the cover, like so. Insert the battery. It shows you right here on the side how to do it, or which direction it needs to go. And replace your battery cover. Alright, next thing you want to do is make sure that you have your SD card inserted. There you go. Now, to turn the recorder on, you just simply press and hold the control button for 4 seconds. You see a series of lights blinking and flashing. Once those lights go out, it'll be recording. Alright, so now it's recording. To verify that it's recording, just quickly press that button one time. And you should see the green light blink 6 times. That indicates that the battery is fully charged. Alright, to turn the recorder off, simply press and hold the button for 4 seconds. Now you're going to see a series of lights, and then go out. To verify that it's off, press it again quickly, and you should see no lights. Next, let's go over how to turn on the voice activation and some other advanced features. First, remove the SD card from your recorder. It's right there, just pull it right out. Next, if you need to, plug it in your computer. If you need to use the included SD card reader, you can do that. And insert it into your computer. Alright, now that I've got the SD card connected to the computer, we're going to go ahead and open it up and show you how to use it. I'm using a Windows 10 computer. All computers could be a little different just depending on what operating system you have. But on this one, go over here to the File Manager. Click on that. When it pops up, go to this PC. And then you'll see the Soroka software, or the Soroka drive right there, which is the SD card. Double click on that. And now when it comes up, what you're going to see is first of all, you got a full manual in there. It's about an 18-page manual that gives you a lot more in-depth instructions. You want to go through that. But you click on this L2. That pulls up the software right there. Now to change it over to voice activation mode, very simple. You just click this box. And if you want to hear a beep in between fragments, which means when it turns off because there's not enough noise to record and then starts again, you'll hear a beep. To me, that's very useful. So I'm going to click that. And now it's in voice activation mode. Now you can have the sensitivity, you can adjust it from low, medium, and high. Middle is right for most situations, but if you happen to have like a really low audio environment, quiet audio environment, you could use high, or if you had a really loud audio environment, you might want to use low. But for most people, middle will be just fine. Automatic sound gaining is not available on voice activation like it is on continuous record. Let me show you this here. Enable cyclic recording. What that means, if you click that box, when the SD card is full, it'll start overriding the SD card and continue recording and getting rid of the oldest information first, the oldest files first. Sound encrypting, you don't want to use that because this recorder is not equipped with encrypting. Some are. The same software is used for several different models, so you don't want to click that. If you do, you will not be able to hear your recordings. It'll just sound like static, so make sure you do not click that button. Over here you've got several different options you can do. That's basically the quality of your recording. The higher you go on that, the less recordings you're going to get, and it uses more battery also, and that goes the same for both the resolution. You can play around with it. The factory settings are good for most people. The logger switch here, if you click on that, it's going to give you a little text file that tells you every time the recorder was turned on or turned off, when it heard sound to record, and so on. I don't normally use that. Set up the clock. Alright, this is under the clock settings. Click on that box and then go over here to system time and click on that, and it's going to sync to your computer time. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay, now let's go over scheduled recording. For scheduled recording, you want to click the working as per alarm clocks box right there, and then select the number of alarm clocks that you want. That's how many times you want it to go off. You can go up to 10. So we're just going to leave it at 1. And then here on the date, that is the date of the month you're in now. You can't set like to record 5 months ahead. Like today's November 20th, so let's say I picked the 21st, so that would be tomorrow. here's the hour. I want to pick, that's what time I want it to start recording. So let's say I pick tomorrow. This is also in military time or European time, which I'm very familiar with. I was in the military for 9 years, so it comes easy to me, but it's really easy. 00 is midnight, 01 would be 1 in the morning, 12, meaning 1200 would be noon, and so on 2300 would be 11 o'clock at night. So I'm going to pick 19, which is 1900 hours, or 7 o'clock at night. Then I'm going to pick the minutes. Let's say I want it to come on at 7:10. And I want to record for, you can set the amount of hours you want to record for up to 23 hours. So let's go to, we'll just say we're going to have it record for 2 hours. That's it, now it's set up. Tomorrow it's going to come on at 10 after 7 at night and stay on for 2 hours and record. One thing that's very important for this recorder is every time you change anything on these settings, they're going to go back to like the old settings, so you make sure you have everything checked again when you put it back in the recorder. Otherwise, say you forget to sync the time and date, it won't be synced on your recorder anymore. So every time when you change something, just go through and change everything you want before you hit save and configure. So every time you want to hit that, you hit save and configure down here to save it to the actual SD card. So click on Save Configuration File, and then just click Save. It's going to save it to the Soroka E file. Pull this over here so we can see it better. It's going to save it to the Soroka E file. Save. Hit OK. And then we can go ahead and close this file out. And you can see here that file is now on here. It's a dict file, D-I-C-T file. Once you do that, you want to go ahead and close everything out and stick it in your recorder right away, so it can, otherwise the date and time may not be just perfect. So as soon as you hit the save file, go ahead and put it back in your recorder. You may want to go ahead and hit record and then turn it off real quick just to make sure it does go to the hardware on the recorder. Alright, so now let me go ahead and show you how to listen to your files on the computer. This is a Windows 10 computer. So on this computer, I can just double click it. The file I want to use, this is a file I recorded earlier just as a test. It just pops up automatically and it'll start playing in a second. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. And that's it. Now if you happen to have an OTG capable phone, you can listen to it on your phone as well using an OTG cable or adapter that usually comes with your phone. Now let me go over some tips and tricks that we didn't cover before, just some useful things you may want to know. Let's say you have a really quiet environment or you're recording at a distance. You may want to go ahead and take voice activation off and put it on continuous mode and then change your dB setting. If you change it to 18 decibels, that's going to basically amplify your recording. So if you're recording from a long distance, you're going to get faint sounds easier. This can record from a pretty long distance. We've recorded about 50 feet with people talking normally, no problem. So you can change that, and you got to just kind of play with it, see what you need. 0 is no gain. If you've got a really loud environment, you can take it down to -12, which is going to quiet it down a little bit. The automatic sound gaining, if you are in continuous mode, most times you just want to use automatic sound gaining, which is right here. Click that box, and if you have really loud noises, it's automatically going to quiet it down a little bit, and if it hears low noises, it's going to try and automatically enhance those and amplify them so you can hear them. So most of the times if you're in continuous record mode, you'll want to leave it on automatic sound gaining. Well, I hope this video has helped. It's just a quick overview. We strongly recommend that you go through the full manual, which is on your SD card. You can view it right on your computer. You can print it out, whichever is easiest for you. But it goes in depth to all the different features of that this recorder has. As usual, if you have any problems or questions, feel free to give us a call. iSpy Supply is always ready to help.